Hello everyone. Poison Song is an upcoming Tamriel Rebuilt expansion focusing on a complete rework of the Sundered Scar region. For the first time, you will be able to explore the lands surrounding Almalexia from the west and north, which includes the town of Othrenis. The gates of Almalexia are a stone's throw away from here. This map should give you an idea of all the areas this expansion touches. This region will be overhauled to feature an ashy wasteland pocketed by volcanoes and filled with sulfuric pools, geysers, and various odd fungi and flora acclimatized to the harsh environment. Ever since the early First Era, this region lay forgotten, a hidden blemish deep within Morrowind. Over time, what was left of the area transformed into a perilous wilderness of sulfur where predatory packs now hunt unsuspecting wanderers. Despite the challenging environment, numerous settlements persist, with resilient natives surviving along the roads and the coast. They are mostly ignored by their former Indoril rulers, forcing the villagers to depend solely on their own resources. Armistice is a Velothi town and the largest population center in the Sundered Scar, a hub for questing and services. Hlaalu, the Indoril player's fortress, is to be built up as a new chapel for the Sundered Scar region. It will become the largest settlement in the region. Varon is a Velothi village on the crossroads. Marog, a new Velothi village on the coast north of Armistice. Camelzi, the famous Dwarven ruin, can be explored. Of course, we read about this ruin in the book Ruins of Camelzi. God, the island chapel of Indoril Sandil, right off the coast of Varenfell. The upcoming Poison Song expansion will prominently showcase the Tamriel Rebuilt team's comprehensive vision for House Indoril. With this release, player characters will finally gain a fourth choice when deciding which great house to join. Now that you have an idea of the expansion, let's get some perspectives from the developers themselves. I have drafted the questions to discuss the lore, the factions, the historical background, and the politics of the region. So let's get started on the Q&A. Alright, so my first question is about these Velothi towns. On the grid map, grey markers designate Velothi settlements such as Varon, Dondril, Armistice, and Bool, whereas blue markers signify Indoril locations like Royadir, Idavano, Akamora, and Gon. Can you explain why these Velothi towns are excluded from House Indoril? So the developer responds, The Indoril traditionally saw their territory as their garden, which included tending to the well-being of their local non-house temple respecting Dharma. Through support over time, they effectively became lords over a lower-class population who tended to everyday needs such as farming, mining and ranching, etc. This is generally what led to the separation of Velothi villages from Indoril estates while maintaining allegiance from the Velothi underclass. Okay, that makes sense. Now, I want to know what prompted the decision to redesign the geography of the Sundered Scar, replacing its bitter coast appearance with an arid volcanic wasteland filled with geysers and pools of sulfur. So the developer responds, the Scar was already meant to be barren on its older variation and was some of the earliest exterior work in Tamriel Rebuilt. The developers wanted to address the technical side while also maintaining the desolate feel with a fresh coat of paint through new assets and custom environments. In concept maps of Elder Scrolls 3, there was a region that you could see hints of in Molag Amur, the Great Scades. This served as an inspiration for Sundered Scar and acted as a more natural extension south of Molag Amur. Thus, the new Sundered Scar was born, as you will see in the upcoming release. So, if you read the book, The Guide to Vvardenfell, it talks about the Great Scades. Located inland in the southeast of Vvardenfell, Molag Amur is an uninhabited wasteland of rocky hills, steep-sided ravines, lava pools, and barren ash pavements. Pathfinding and travel is extremely difficult in this trackless wilderness and is complicated by frequent ash storms. The Ashlanders of Erabinim's Sun camp hunt game here, but few others venture into this region. The worst part of Molag Amur, called the Great Scades, is considered impassable even by the Ashlanders. Next question. The wiki mentions that the player's role in the House Indoril questline is to shake the house out of its paralysis. Could you elaborate a bit on what that paralysis looks like from an in-universe perspective? Is it more political stagnation, or is it about religious crisis, internal factionalism, or is it something else? So the developer responds, great question, and you're already ahead when talking about political stagnation, religious crisis, and internal factionalism. The linchpin of their paralysis was the signing of the Armistice with the Empire. This was cause for great shock within Indoril ranks, with many of the upper leadership committing ritual suicide in response. Those left holding the bag had a combination of denial, loss of faith, and internal bickering over who presides over lost territory from dead Indoril chapel leaders. On top of this, many refused to incorporate the new ways of the Empire, as strict traditionalism and temple law are the bedrock of Indoril society. As such, other great houses were able to quickly adapt to the changing circumstances, notably the Hlaalu. Finally, the reaction to the sullying of their sovereignty to the Empire mirrors Almalexia's loss of divine powers, a kind and caretaking figure to start, but withdrawn, apathetic, paranoid, and angry and cruel in their current environment. Right, fascinating. So the developers are talking about the Armistice with the Empire, right? The Treaty of the Armistice was signed sometime in the final years of the Second Era. When you read the book on Morrowind, you learn about the events at that time. After the conquest of Hammerfell, Imperial legions marched along northern borders of Cyrodiil. Invasion fleets prepared in Skyrim. Initially, though the Imperial legions and navy were widely considered undefeatable, House Indoril and the temple hierarchy proposed to resist to the death, and House Dress stood by the Indoril. With Hlaalu advocating accommodation and Telvanni remaining neutral, Redoran therefore faced the prospect of standing alone against the Empire. The situation changed radically when Vivek appeared in person in Vivek City to announce his negotiation of a treaty with the Emperor Tiber Septim, reorganizing Morrowind as a province of the Empire but guaranteeing all rights of faith and self-government. A shocked temple hierarchy, which apparently had not been consulted, greeted the announcement with awkward silence. Indoril swore they would resist to the death, with the loyal support of Dres, while Redoran, grateful for a graceful excuse to avoid facing the legions unsupported, joined with Hlaalu in welcoming the agreement. Telvanni, seeing which way the wind blew, joined with Hlaalu and Redoran in supporting the treaty. Wow, what a story! That book is awesome. It describes the events of Morrowind in the late Second Era. It is fascinating to visualize that scene in your mind. Here is the divine Lord Vivek. He arrives at the Great Hall and announces the treaty in front of all the Great House councillors and the nobles, behaving like a true dictator and making decisions without consulting any of the great houses. The House Indoril nobles must have been flabbergasted. Here was their beloved living god doing the unthinkable. How would you feel when your god openly betrays you? That must have felt like a gut punch, right? I think the mental scars of that event remain to this day in 3.427. I would love some stories from the Tamriel Rebuilt team exploring Vivek's betrayal from the House Indoril perspective. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Next question. How active will the player be in influencing House Indoril's direction? Will it involve working with existing councillors and traditionalists, or backing reformist factions, or something more radical? So the developer responds, the current plans involve bringing the Indoril back towards a unified front and quelling what was mentioned in the previous question, namely factionalism. The player will have a councillor sponsor, same as the Vaila Great House questlines do. In current writing and planning, the player will have two options. One is supporting austere traditionalism. The other is to unify the Indoril in a more charitable, somewhat open-minded manner, closer in practice to their pre-Armistice caring and nurturing lords. Fantastic. So the player can reinforce a stricter, more rigid and traditionalist vision of the house, or guide the house towards a kinder, somewhat more flexible stance. Let me know what you think in the comments below. What option will appeal most to your planned character, and how do you plan to roleplay them? Next question. Are there any particular Vaila characters, locations or existing Tamriel Rebuilt content that the Indoril questline will tie into? Tamriel Rebuilt used to adhere to strict avoidance of any interaction with Vvardenfell. However, as a work trying to adhere to Vaila conventions, writing and themes, it would be folly for there to be such a separation from the Vaila game. Writing and integration are underway for the great houses, not included in Vaila Elder Scrolls 3. We take it very seriously, and much care is put into how to hook the native Morrowind factions into the themes and locations present on the Black Isle. Additionally, these hooks are made as smoothly on the backend as possible to ease mod compatibility. Higher rank Indoril players may find themselves directed to select areas in Azura's Coast, the West Cache, the Northern Ashlands and Sheogorath. Okay, that's awesome that the Indoril questline will send us to Vvardenfell as well. Just a quick heads up for newcomers, experiencing the House Indoril story arc requires starting a completely new playthrough. That means if you want to see the questlines for House Hlaalu, Telvanni, Redoran and now Indoril, you will need 4 separate characters to fully explore what every great house has to offer. Next question. Can you talk about House Indoril's relations with the Empire and House Hlaalu, especially around the border regions around Royadir? Will players see tensions, diplomacy or conflicts play out in those areas? So the developers respond, the Thur River conflict is a major part of the player's journey ranking up in House Indoril. Some of the stage has been set already at Almalexia, shown in the temple questline there. There will be more to come in siding with either Hlaalu or Indoril for control of the Eastern Bank. For the Indoril, remaining sovereign territory holders of the Eastern Bank is paramount. Questing will involve halting the Hlaalu advance on land grabs. On the flip side, in our looming wealth beyond measure expansion, a Hlaalu player will be able to facilitate annexing part of the Eastern Thur with their own player stronghold. In terms of relations with the Empire, questing and dialogue around Antherin and Old Ebonheart will help illustrate their relationship. Be on the lookout for the updated Mages Guild, Fighters Guild, East Empire Company, Imperial Cult questlines in addition to House Indoril for how the Empire interacts with the Morrowind mainland Dunmer culture. Okay, next question. What kind of character class or background would feel most suited for a House Indoril questline playthrough? Would a pious temple knight, a traditionalist noble, or a more politically minded counselor type or something else would work best? So developer response, if we are talking strictly mechanically, the archetype of the Crusader class most closely adheres to Indoril's class skills and values during questing. Defeating evil with arms and righteous magic and helping the downtrodden with restoration and alchemical salves are Indoril's bread and butter. Pious classes such as pilgrims, priests, healers and crusaders are a natural fit. And like in the base game, many characters can advance through the ranks with just one high skill of their faction skills. In this way, knights, warriors, spell swords, mages and sorcerers will feel right at home in House Indoril as well. Okay, next question. Can you discuss other faction questlines that will be part of the release? All the faction questlines in Old Ebonheart have seen touch-ups and improvements. A handful of old quests that fell short of current standards have been removed or heavily revised, but some of the city's factions have received brand new quests which we are sure players will enjoy. In the new remade areas, fans of the temple can play through two new questlines in the Velothi towns of Othrenis and Darwanis, while devotees of Mephala will have a new Morak Tongvrits to fulfill. However, the biggest addition to Tamriel Rebuilt in Poison Song is the brand new Ordinators faction. Designed for mid to high level characters, pious warriors who pass the dangerous Rite of St. Orms will find three new questlines for the Order of Doctrine, the Order of War and the Order of Watch. In Tamriel Rebuilt, the Ordinators are a mainline only faction, as the ongoing emergency in Varanfell means that the Ordinators there operate under independent leadership. However, even on the mainland, the Ordinators cannot ignore the threat of the 6th house, and your duties to Armcivi may send you through the Ghost Gate onto the slopes of Red Mountain itself. Wow, so you can join the Ordinator faction and work on 3 questlines? That's incredible. Now, when you play the base game and visit the Hall of Justice in Vivek's Temple Canton, you can visit the main office of the Ordinators. You can talk to Elam Andas and Terror Brarin, who will give you 2 side quests, Mysterious Killings in Vivek and a Rash of Insults. So before starting the Ordinator questlines, I would recommend finishing these base game quests and then traveling to the mainland to work on the 3 new Ordinator questlines. How exciting! Also, I wonder if these questlines are mutually exclusive or if one can work with all of the groups. That would be nice to know. Final question, from a gameplay and narrative perspective, what can the players expect from the quests in this release? So dev response, the Tamriel Rebuilt's modding team has continued to embrace the Vanilla Plus design philosophy embodied in our last few releases. In terms of gameplay, our team has been hard at work ensuring the player will have everything their character will need in terms of vendors and services to ensure the character can adventure to their heart's content. Sundered Scar contains no shortage of new dungeon locations for players to delve into this release, in addition to all the new quests added. Narratively, we want our players' choices and roleplay to feel ingrained in the world we continue to expand. As such, players can expect to see more overlap and integration of quests and faction content around Antherin, Sundered Scar and Orathan fields in this release. Hopefully, this effort will make a more cohesive experience for players in the regions east of the Thur. Players can expect to see further exposition on the local traditional Dunmer culture and the economy, which will contrast well with the models of the Empire. Much of the dialogue has been written or revised to illustrate the current political schisms within House Indoril. In the westernmost chapels, player will learn how they interact with imperial interests around Old Ebonheart and vice versa. Alright guys, we have come to the end of this video. I want to extend my gratitude to the Tamriel Rebuilt developers for taking the time to respond to my inquiries. Please share your opinions on the team's overall vision and the Poison Song expansion in the comments. If you have further questions for the development team regarding the mod, don't hesitate to leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching. May Armcivi be with you.